Have you ever considered peeling a banana in a way that resembles a penguin? Why not? This guy did. Understandably, most of us are not him, so we would have peeled it normally. But why? Why didn't that idea flash across our minds when the banana was in our hands? Maybe we aren't as creative as that boy. Perhaps socio-environmental factors like the media portrayal of bananas kept us locked in our perception of how they should be. For that matter, why did he even think of making it resemble a penguin? Why not a swirly twirly thing, or simply just raw dog it and hold it in his hands? Why didn't those ideas flash across his mind? Perhaps he recently saw a documentary about penguins and was influenced by that. The idea that every action is caused by a preceding one is called determinism. This Reddit user illustrates it well. I'm going to work out this afternoon because I don't like my wide hips and small shoulders. I have these things because of my genetics, and I had these genetics because of my parents, whose parents had similar genetics. This is the result of millions of years of evolution taking place because of adaptations to our environment. So if you track this whole thing back to the creation of the universe, you will see that in a way, there is no other way I could possibly spend my afternoon than to go to the gym. It is not like I can choose to do it or not, because everything I have done or was done to me in the past has led me to this one afternoon. That comment introduces the concept of choices, and very quickly we can see how determinism edges into the realm of free will. The idea that we have no real choice because we are living in a scripted movie is known as predeterminism. This is the idea that you watching this video was all predetermined. After all, you might find philosophy intriguing, or just like me, you simply love bananas, prompting you to click on the thumbnail. While the above examples illustrate obvious causal reasons for a particular action to be taken, these can be extremely subtle as well, influencing our psyche without us even realizing it. For example, casinos fabricate the scent of money to influence gamblers into thinking that they are winning. This scent, coupled with the highs of gambling, can create a strong sense of addiction within someone. Businesses do this to a lesser degree, fabricating scents to evoke emotional associations, or playing high-tempo music, influencing people to shop faster, earning the company more profits. After all, man can do what he wills, but he cannot will what he wills. Arthur Schopenhauer. He's German, I tried. Now before you fall into nihilistic despair, let's explore some arguments against determinism. Just kidding, there are none. Or at least there aren't any really strong ones. Many have argued for a middle ground where determinism and free will coexists in harmony, but the strongest of this straight up alters the definition of free will. In other words, determinism is extremely compelling because it makes complete sense, and any effort to argue otherwise is just copium. But that doesn't mean it's bad. Everyone needs their copium in life, and at this stage, I really need to sniff a big load of it. At this juncture, if you're feeling like your choices don't matter, I would like to ask you one question. What does it mean to have free will? Free will is often seen as the ability to choose otherwise. And a big part of that ability is the amount of information that we have on hand. It's easy to look back at past choices and criticize ourselves, failing to realize that we are looking at it with newfound knowledge and wisdom. We did the best we could in those moments to choose what we thought was the best for us. Since we cannot change the past and we have limited information at any one given time, the permanence and inevitability of choices seems to reinforce the idea of determinism. Regardless, we are forced to make choices every single day. Even not choosing, for example sitting in a room and doing nothing, is in and of itself a choice. As such, when asked the question on whether or not we truly have the ability to choose otherwise, the answer might seem bleak. If you are a chronic overthinker like me, you might be feeling a sense of paralysis by analysis, since you want all the choices you make from here on out to be perfect. But if they aren't, does it matter? More importantly, if determinism were true, what in our lives changes? After all, you have been making choices every single day up to now. Therefore, a more meaningful question that I think we should all be asking ourselves is, what should we choose? And that is what life is fundamentally all about. When you chose to confess to your crush despite risking the friendship and every single atom of your being screaming at you not to do it, when you stood up to a superior at work to stand up for what was right despite risking your job, when you befriended that one lone kid when no one else did, all these choices were made because you felt that they were right, even though you didn't know what the outcome would have been. You were authentically you in those moments, even if those moments were predetermined. If you extend that to the larger ecosystem, choices are constantly being made by agents doing what they feel is right for them, regardless of whether or not they have true agency over their lives. So the next time you're hanging out with your friends or family, or simply eating a banana, just remember that in more ways than one, they were all meant to be.